The Los Angeles Clippers have suffered another postseason exit, this time at the hands of the Dallas Mavericks led by Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Kawhi Leonard only appeared in 2 of the 6 games in the first round of this year's playoffs, meaning Paul George and James Harden were unable to make up for his absence. Looking back and seeing where they stand now, Clippers fans are wondering if the duo of Kawhi and PG has been underwhelming considering their playoff record together. With constant injuries and underperformances, this duo has failed to live up to expectations, and I have detailed the Clippers' playoff appearances since the 2019-20 NBA season. 2020 NBA playoffs. Lost in second round. During the 2020 NBA playoffs in the bubble, the Clippers entered the postseason with a 49-23 record, boasting a talented roster built around their dynamic duo and the coaching of Doc Rivers. In the first round, they faced the Dallas Mavericks in a closely contested series. Leonard and George displayed flashes of brilliance, contributing significantly to the team's success. Instead, inconsistencies surfaced as they struggled to maintain dominance throughout the series despite being the favorites, as Luka was only in his second season. Despite advancing past the Mavericks, their performance raised concerns about their ability to sustain high-level play because they struggled to win in 6 games. In the second round, the Clippers encountered the resilient Denver Nuggets. Initially, the Clippers appeared to have the upper hand, taking a commanding 3-1 series lead. As the series progressed, the Clippers faltered, facing unexpected challenges from the Nuggets, including clutch performances by Jamal Murray. Leonard and George were unable to lead the Clippers past the second round, falling short of their championship aspirations, and they missed a chance to take on the Los Angeles Lakers, led by LeBron James and Anthony Davis in the Western Conference Finals, which could have been a chance for them to flex their muscles. The Lakers went on to win the NBA championship that season. 2021 NBA playoffs. Lost in Western Conference Finals. The Clippers finished the regular season with a strong record, securing the 4th seed in the highly competitive Western Conference. Despite facing challenges throughout the season, including Leonard only playing 52 games, they displayed resilience and adaptability headlined by Paul George. In the first round of the playoffs, the Clippers faced off against the Dallas Mavericks once again. They followed their previous year's struggles, defeating the Mavericks in a hard-fought 7-game series. Leonard and George played pivotal roles, showcasing their scoring prowess and defensive intensity. Building on their momentum from the first round, the Clippers squared off against the top-seeded Utah Jazz in the second round. Despite facing a formidable opponent, they delivered a dominant performance, defeating the Jazz in 6 games to advance to the Western Conference Finals. George led the charge, winning in 6 games despite Leonard only playing in 4 of them before suffering a knee injury. In the Western Conference Finals, the Clippers faced the Phoenix Suns, who Chris Paul and rising star Devin Booker led. The series proved to be a tightly contested battle, with both teams trading blows throughout. Unfortunately, Leonard did not play a single game, and the Clippers missed out on another finals appearance. Clippers fans began to be concerned that Kawhi would not remain healthy in the postseason. 2021-22 NBA season did not qualify for playoffs. In the 2022 NBA season, it was more disappointing. Leonard suffered a season-ending ACL injury and needed an entire year to recover, depriving the team of his elite two-way abilities and leadership. Meanwhile, George was also hampered by injuries, limiting him to just 31 games throughout the season. The absence of their 2 primary stars undoubtedly had a profound impact on the Clippers' performance and playoff aspirations. Despite these setbacks, the Clippers, under the guidance of Tyronn Lue, managed to stay competitive, thanks in large part to the stellar play of Reggie Jackson. Jackson emerged as a consistent performer for the team, averaging 16.8 points and 4.8 assists per game, providing much-needed scoring and playmaking in the absence of Leonard and a hobbled George. Despite their resilience and the efforts of Jackson and other role players, the Clippers ultimately fell short of qualifying for the playoffs. The team's 42 wins underscored their competitive spirit and determination to compete despite the odds stacked against them. The 2022 season marked the 2nd consecutive year where Leonard's injury significantly impacted the Clippers' postseason aspirations. This time, however, the absence of George also made this season a forgettable one. 2023 NBA playoffs. Lost in first round. Despite winning 44 games in the regular season, the Clippers found themselves dealing with the prolonged absence of Kawhi and PG once again. Leonard played only 52 games in the regular season, while George appeared in just 56, hindering the team's chances to grab a top 4 seed again as they finished 5th. Heading into the playoffs, the Clippers faced an uphill battle as they squared off against the formidable Phoenix Suns, bolstered by the addition of Kevin Durant, forming a star-studded lineup alongside Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and DeAndre Ayton. The series posed a daunting challenge for the undermanned Clippers, especially with George sidelined for the entirety of the matchup. Despite Leonard's valiant efforts in the 2 games he appeared in, averaging an impressive 34.5 points per game, the Clippers struggled to keep pace with the Suns' firepower. With George out and Leonard also out for the majority, the burden fell on other players like Russell Westbrook and Norman Powell to step up and make a difference. The Suns proved to be too much to handle, ultimately dispatching the Clippers in 5 games. The playoff exit once again raised questions about Leonard and George's health and availability, with doubts magnified by their inability to stay on the court when it mattered most. At this point, it was just becoming a recurring nightmare. 2024 NBA playoffs. Lost in first round. The 2024 NBA playoffs marked another disappointing postseason for the Los Angeles Clippers, despite having relatively good health throughout the regular season. Leonard, who had struggled with injuries in previous years, managed to play a significant portion of the season, appearing in 68 games, his highest since the 2016-17 season. Paul George also enjoyed a relatively healthy campaign, playing in 74 games, while newcomer James Harden provided additional firepower, appearing in 72 games for the Clippers. Throughout the season, the Clippers showcased moments of brilliance, demonstrating their potential as contenders in the Western Conference. However, a late-season injury to Leonard once again derailed their momentum, resulting in the team finishing with the 4th seed in the playoffs. In the first round, the Clippers had to tackle the formidable Dallas Mavericks team led by Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Despite Leonard's injury limiting his availability to just 2 games, the Clippers had no shortage of talent with George and Harden leading the charge. However, they struggled to find consistency and cohesion when it mattered most. George was not at his best, only averaging 19.5 points per game on 41% from the field and 37% from 3. Harden was quite strong, but he did not score enough when the Clippers needed him to. He posted 21.2 points and 8 assists per game, but had to boost his numbers significantly with Leonard hobbled and out of the majority of the series. Doncic and Irving outplayed George and Harden, and that could be the end of the Clippers with George heading to free agency alongside Harden. Based on their failures since the 2019-20 season and the fact that Kawhi and PG cannot stay healthy, it might be time to break up this team. The Clippers had their best chance in the bubble, but choking a 3-1 lead should have been a worrying foreshadowing of things that were to come. No matter what supporting cast the Clippers have placed around Leonard and George, their consistent injuries and worrying playoff failures are signaling change is coming. Let me know your thoughts. Do the Clippers need to move on from Kawhi and PG, or do they still need to ride it out? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all for the next one.